All right, hello. Um, so yes, keep on iterating and reflecting. So I want to do like a short little summary, and let's see if we can get this into our reflections. Cause I'm trying to find like a very simple way to explain where I'm coming from. Yeah, exactly. So we talked about how excellent like reconciliation in React is for UIs because there's no magic, there's nothing special, there's no like underlying like reactivity. It's literally just a function, you pass some arguments, that function returns how the UI should look like, and the magic is that that function is just being called again and again, and diffing the new result and applying those changes to the DOM. But reading the code, mental model of just pure function creating UI is a beautiful thing. But it breaks down when it comes to state management. And then for solid, it's good for state management because you don't have that reconciliation loop. It's quite plain. But then when you start describing your UI, it gets a bit more tricky because you're returning what looks like a static piece of UI. And really is a static piece of UI, but then there's certain parts to it that is reactive, that's dynamic. And that's tricky to you kind of see that leaking out into the way you write your code. So for example, with the signal, you have to call the value to actually retrieve it, but you shouldn't do that in the UI description because to make it reactive, you have to reference the function, and then you have the compiler that allows you to call the signal function to get the value in the UI description, but then converts it back into not a function call. And then you have like props destructuring, like there, it kind of leaks into the plain JavaScript language and what you expect to actually be running. But then you could like combine them, which is what I tried to do just for fun. And I made it work, but it's like this is even more confusing, I think. So you have like a component that function is run once, where you do like your state management and everything, and then you return a function, which is your observing UI. So this is treated just like normal. You can do this. This is normal like VDOM diffing type of reconciliation. But it just like, yeah, I don't know. It's like having two different worlds in one, which maybe it's fine. I don't know. There is another way to. So I tried two things. I tried to implement this for React. So I actually had this code working for React. So this is the React component. And then I had a bubble or a Vite plugin that will kind of convert this into like blah reactive, kind of like this. So under the hood, it will kind of map these things into hooks under the hood and everything. And it works, but doing it for React is like super weird. It just adds overhead to React. And then you could try to just create this. Like there's a library called Fine something that's basically just the patching of this, which could be used, which could actually be a really clean implementation. So you have a component tree which manages state, but here the functions are run once, right? But they return this reconciliating UI, which is observed. So you don't really think about this, but This is called again and again based on what state it's retrieving, which is I think it's worth pursuing. Yeah, maybe we could try that in a different stream. But that's like the third option. But then you have the fourth option, which is just to separate it. Just don't do state management in components. Like you need stateful components. And React has that, right? But when you want to do application state, there's this mental model where the only state you do in components is related to the actual elements and styling, like the actual UI presentation, not your actual application logic. That's something you put outside of React. So I had this like idea where I did this little story. So we've been working on ReactX for a while, and this is working. And I threw Claude at it, and it wrote a bunch of tests and cleaned up some stuff. And I think we even have a markdown in here with some next steps. But the story I created was like, do you remember these, like class components? This is a time where React made a lot of sense. So you had a component that was an actual thing, which could render something. And then you would have like almost normal object-oriented state management. But you would have like component did mount, component did unmount, or will unmount, and all of this stuff, right? So it made a lot of sense, I think. But then we saw this one. It felt so clean. Like, you remember there was an actual pure component concept in React, which doesn't have state. It can only take props. But this is what React is selling, like UI being function of state. This is really what it's selling. But it's not a function of state, it's a function of props in practice. And then it's like how right it felt when this was introduced, and how wrong it felt when this was introduced. Like, nobody got this in the beginning. Like, they had to sell this hard. And everyone's still struggling with doing state management within a reconciliation loop. It's so mind-bending. But they could have like taken a different approach, which is like, let's keep the classes, but only for state. And then let's keep the pure components for UI. And that's kind of like what ReactX is exploring. That said, like, again, there needs to be state management within components for like just being able to shipping and sharing code. Like, a component doesn't do much if it can't manage any state. But there's a difference between managing the state of the actual UI and managing the state of your application. So that's kind of the promise here. Like, what if we had classes of state and then you could just consume it with pure components? And what's really, really cool about this project is that it's completely transparent. Like, there is this ReactX plugin, and the only thing you have to do, like to actually do state management, is to create a class, make it reactive, and then you're off to the races. It just works. So you don't have to write any special primitives inside your classes. You can nest classes, you can do whatever you want. And you don't have to do anything special in your components. You can use the state globally. You can pass it as a prop on render. You can expose it on a context. Like, everything will just be optimally rendered and consumed, and everything just works, which is the promise of MobX. Really, it's just that MobX has a lot of orchestration, not orchestration, but a lot of primitives you have to think about. But here it's completely transparent, and the way it works, it's really, really cool. So just like MobX, it's a proxy, right? But here the proxy is lazy. So basically what React interacts with in your state becomes reactive. So when you point to counter.count here, for example, it's going to make that an observable under the hood by the fact that you're accessing it, which means that you don't have to define things as observable or not observable in your state management. You just state things as private or public. So things that are public can be accessed by React and will become observable. And then things like, if you point to increase, it's gonna auto bind increase to the class instance. So you can do things like this. So it's just really, really nice. And then we got into this rabbit hole of hooking this up to the Overmind dev tools, which worked, but there's still some work to do there. But what I'm interested in is, like, can we build something off of this? I'm curious what like AI would think about this. So we have like this demo here, and I wanna, yeah, I don't think we're using app CSS. Let's just remove as much as we can here. Utils. Yeah, let's remove all of this. And I want to see what it does. Oh, counter. Let's see, app. Let's remove all of this. Function app, return hello world. Export default app. And then why doesn't ReactX work? Do we have to go in and bind it or link it maybe? cd vdemo yarn link ReactX. Yeah, let's see if it runs. Oh, that was the docs. And then run dev. No, it doesn't run. Let's see. Oh. Cannot find package VJS. Oh, sorry. vdemo. Oh, I'm here. npm install and yarn link ReactX. Okay, cool. There we go. Hello world. Okay, so let's see if we can do some. Yeah, and by the way, we can go in here. Well, no, let's just stay here in case we want to do something else. So let us see how you. Okay, let's do. Okay, so microphone isn't working. It's kind of annoying that this flow thing stops working sometimes. I think there's a conflict between my streaming. So let's try using this library to build something. There's a Vite demo here, and I want you to try to create a simple to-do app using this library. Let's see if you can figure it out. Because that's one of the things I'm excited about. Is like, if you ever want to introduce new tools now, it's a big problem because AI doesn't know about it. It's not trained on it. But if the tool is simply just using classes and React, then it's not a problem. But it might be confused that there is no like wiring. So we'll see. Yeah, and then so that's one thing that I want to explore, and then I want to explore like how you efficiently. So there are primitives in this library, but those primitives are to efficiently expose state to React in a way that React wants it to be. One thing is like base state of which are just like values, but another thing is like managing queries and mutations, but also like subscriptions. You want to subscribe, and it's different when it's consumed by React, because if you have some state that can deal with a subscription, maybe it's subscribing to some data or something, you might have multiple components that wants to keep that data alive. So a subscription isn't just one single subscription. It's like a subscription that subscribes to something, but it does so based on the number of subscribers. So the first time a component starts subscribing, it will go and set up the subscription. And then if that component is unmounted, then it stops the subscription. But if there are two components, both of them are subscribers, one of them unmounts. Well, first of all, it shouldn't set up that subscription twice, right? It should only set it up once. And if one of them unmounts, subscription should still be there until both of them are unmounted. Okay, let's see what it did. So, to do type reactive state class. Good. It doesn't do anything. It just has the thing. Get active count. It makes it reactive. And here it just uses it directly. Let's see if it's working. Oh, look at that. Oh, but it doesn't work. What failed? Oh, but this seems to be... Oh, this might be a bug. Is it actually running the plugin? Oh, this is interesting. Why isn't it working? Did I change something? Maybe I broke it. Oh, cannot mutate from React. Oh, I think I've... Why does it think that? Set new to do title. So this should be possible. I'm not sure why it's saying that. So this is probably a bug I've introduced. What the fuck? Oh, I seem to have some. Let's see. Let's go in and fix that. Oh, look at this. Git stash. Wait. Wait a minute. Can't I stash this? Oh, for fuck's sake. Git add demo update. Can I pull now? Oh, already up to date, it says. Interesting. Okay, so I did break something. Let's see if it can figure it out. Okay, great. But I think maybe in a previous iteration we broke something in the proxy, because I'm getting this error. So this happens in the demo when I try to change the to-do title, but in the proxy, as long as you're calling a method on a class and then you start mutating, that should be fine. It's only when you directly try to mutate an observable from React that it's gonna throw an error. So could you evaluate that and help me out? And it's also really cool, like one of the refactors Claude did for me was like, as we were exploring Overmind dev tools and tracking changes and stuff, I just implemented it directly into the proxy. But now it has a concept of like an observer, funny enough. So you can pass in an observer to when you call reactive. And that observer, so basically the proxies, they just emit events whenever they do something. We create the reactive is not through a mythical. Which has a etc. Okay, let's see what the summary is. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should look at this. Like, this is like super tricky stuff. It's so interesting to see it reason about this. You know what? I am not sure if this is gonna... I think we should look at the code in this case. I don't trust it to understand this dark magic. Let's see if we can reason about this. Okay. Do we have like a dev process here? Ah, sorry. Docs dev build. No, we have to build it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's see if we can understand this crazy stuff. So we have this proxy and it's gonna throw cannot mutate. Oh, where's this happening? Oh, create base proxy handler. Oh my god, I haven't looked at this for a long time. So by default, we don't allow you to do anything. And we have a normal proxy here, where we have a base handler. And this is for the array. And this is for the object. So it is an object. Create base proxy handler. So if it's a custom class, which it is. Oh, so we always... Interesting. Oh, but don't we actually when we get... Oh, let's see. So if it's a type of... Okay, this is computed value. Yeah, type of function. Here we go. Create action proxy. Yeah, which is bound to the base target. And what is base target? Yeah, but that should work. If observer. Oh, if observer. What's observer? What's observer? Oh. Oh, I think this is where it happened. So, oh, I see. We're not binding it because of this. Okay, so the observer is the thing I talked about. It's related to DevTools. So I think we should never like check if observer. Oh, hi Adam. So the observer here is about like emitting the events, like for the dev tools. It's not about yeah. So I think it was just making that observer dependent on creating the action proxy, but that should be created regardless. So let's see if we build again. Oh, what did it? No, fuck. What happened? Create action proxy. Okay, let's save it again. npm run build. Oh, did we? Oh, fuck, did I reset everything? No, it was just that thing, right? We still have the demo. Oh, I think I got a message from my partner. Oh, fuck. Just 2 seconds. Yeah, I'll be back. I have to go. It's our third week at home with. Our son has had this like horrible throat infection, and now he seemed to get fine, but now he's sick again, and suddenly his fever spiked, and he doesn't want to go to doctors. He doesn't want to take medicine. It's just a horrible situation. Yeah, but I'll be back when things are back to normal. Bye.